Oh dear. The UK financial sector, especially the Bank of England, obviously, was hoping for, and obviously the City, was hoping for the memorandums of understanding to be, well, loosened up somewhat. But unfortunately, it looks like it's not going to happen. No. Oh. And didn't they say that the UK is a services-based industry? It's not very helpful when you can't actually trade with services with 27 member states. Anyway, I'll continue making this as well. I don't remember previous live stream, I was making a bat box. Not a bat box, an owl box. Got little owls. And the little owl we've got an owl here, you see, so I thought I'd make my house. You've got to make the owls a house, you know. It's one of those little owls. It's called a little owl in English, yeah. Is it Nocturne or something, I don't know, some strange Latin name. But that's what, I'm going to continue making that while... Hello, Gingers, I hope you're well. While I'm talking to you. Yeah, I thought I might as well go live, why not? Anyway, I don't think you saw my little video clip earlier of a little great tick on my hand. I can't believe it. I literally just standing there, and next thing I knew, it landed on my hand. When does that happen? It likes me. It must do. Somebody needs to, I suppose. But yeah, it's so we're going to carry on making this, and this is an owl box. It's about a whole palette, really. That's what I've got. And it has to have a nice big hole on the top there, which we're going to cut using this big old hole saw. So, yeah. At least it'll have somewhere to get in. That's the idea, you see. And there'll be a perch on there, which we'll use a bit of branch and stuff like that, and make it a bit more, it's a rustic thing, isn't it? And it's, you know, it's really bodged up. And I'll whack a few more extra screws and stuff to make sure it doesn't really sort of come apart, because it's nailed at the moment. And that's the arbour for this hole saw, so you have this little device here, and you screw that on there like so. That's the idea. That is the idea. So, memorandums of understanding, or especially because we lost bank passport, you see, in the UK, and because of Brexit, great, eh? Which pretty much locked out the UK from being able to trade in services. And it's not just banking services, there's also things like insurances. You can't trade in insurances anymore. No, not in the UK. Not in the EU. For the UK can't trade in the EU services. So obviously, it's a massive industry. Obviously, it's not very helpful for the city, London, which is, I suppose you could almost say, that's the breadbasket of the UK economy. It equates to about 10% of the UK's economy, something crazy like that. I think SMEs pretty much do most of it, small medium enterprises. But yeah, it's not very helpful. No. And it looks like more tech is going to be leaving the UK as well, for various reasons. One is because, Microsoft has made a statement saying, well, it looks like the EU is a more attractive option than the UK for technology, pretty much because they tried to make an acquisition of a game, like Candy Crush. People have a company that owns Candy Crush and a few other games, and Microsoft wanted to buy it. So Microsoft's do competition rules and stuff like that in the UK, which is pretty much EU rules that have been rolled over. But then they're saying it makes more sense for them to be in the EU now. So that could, that's not going to be very helpful for the UK economy, is it? I don't think so. So we've got this bit of wood here, that's got to go on there like so. No, not that one, that's the wrong bit of wood. Where is it gone? Where's the bit of wood here, there you go. Where is it? I think that's one. Yeah, that's one. So that's going to go on the front here like so, like that, right? And there's going to be another little piece here, but that's got to be like a little hatch. Because owls, being what they are, they do like to, that's what they eat. They kind of regurgitate all the bits of bone and stuff like that. Because obviously they're predators, aren't they? So they eat all little bits of bone and what have you, and skin and stuff. It all ends up in this like ball, like a big pellet. They're quite gross. And they spit them out. If anyone's got owls, they'll know what I'm talking about. And we've got owls here at the moment, which is the first time we've ever had owls here. And this particular owl here, and it's called Little Owl in English, and it's a funny little critter. It makes a really weird noise. I thought it was a mammal of some description, like a weird screaming noise. It's bizarre. Oh, in the screaming owl, because there is actually an owl called a screaming owl. I think that's right, yeah. Screeching owl or something like that. So I'll whack that on there quickly. So, I just don't see how the UK economy can really recover, and It's a good job really that the Bank of England, they advise everybody to get used to being poor. Makes sense, really, doesn't it? Considering this, is it their way of telling us that things aren't going to get better? Huh? Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Things are hard enough as it is. I know I'm struggling at the moment. And it's kind of like, everything, I'm not just saying obviously everything's more expensive anyway. Even here in France, we've got problems with food inflation. It ain't quite as bad as the UK. But like for instance, also our inflation is low. It's about 6-7% here at the moment. I guess 7. Whereas the UK is about 10%, roughly. So it makes sense to be careful. And we are trying to be really careful. We've got to really because it's quite hard to make ends meet. But it's where are they? So so we've got to be careful. And I think everyone's have to be, tighten up the belts. I don't know what's like in the US at the moment there, Gingers. I think your inflation's come down as well, hasn't it? Oh. Ain't we got some natters in the UK? That Paul Golding of the British, Britain First Party. You can really call it even a party, to be honest. I uploaded a video and it was just like a little clip of him saying that he'll pay for everybody to move out of the country, you see. If you're part of the tofu eating, gammon reading, wogarati, did I get that right? He'll pay for your ticket, a one-way ticket for you, to get on an aeroplane and move out of the country. Unfortunately though, for those who have got to take up that offer, they can only do it for 3 months. So they're going to come back anyway. we can knock on, after you come back after 3 months, you see, you knock on his door another 3 months later, so you can have another flight, mate. Oh, the bigotry of these people, and these this geezer, he likes to criticise those on the left who believe in social harmony and all that, doing right by others and not being a total arsewipe. He's criticising them for being bigoted. You can't make this up, you really can't. Hang on. Dust extractor's on. There's a filter one. I've got a filter up there, can you see that? Spinning around there. Right above my head. Anyway, we've got 24 people watching. Hello, Rodden. Put your mic on. Oh. Okay, this is not off then. You can only just hear me. Is the audio okay, or was I just too far away? I can't actually make it loud or anything. I'll tell you what I might be able to try and do. Just a second, let me see if this works. I do have a radio mic, so I could try that, but it doesn't always work very well. Right, let me just try it. I've got a radio mic, so it should be charged up. Got it plugged in. Yeah, it's connected. So not too close, because it'll end up being a bit. Right, radio mic going on. I'll shouting as well. I'm just going to unplug that mic, and then I should. Right, can you hear us? Because I've got a radio mic plugged in. I hope it sounds okay. I hope it's not too close. So I hope that is okay. It doesn't always. Yeah, probably Rod. I was probably too far away. Yeah, that's for a big bird, as in an owl. It's actually a small owl, as far as owls are concerned. But yeah. Okay, son of a Viking, you sod. 5x5. That's okay now. Is it too loud or hissy or horrible sound or what? So I'll just move it. Move that little mic away. Obviously, I'm too far away from the mic, you see. So keep moving about. So how's that audio? Can you hear my beautiful voice? The rain in Spain falls mainly on the plain. My name is Michael Caine. No? Okay. Bill and Ben, the flower pot men, they went to bed together. Bill said to Ben, blah, 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 blah. If you really loved me, you would... No, I'll stop there. That's a bit better. Is it really that quiet? Really? Is it still quiet? That doesn't make much sense. That is better. Okay, thank you. Sorry about that. Well, if you hadn't heard of me before, lawmakers are saying that the UK is not really going to have much luck with memorandums of understanding because the EU are dipping their heels in. Even with the latest Richie Sunak achievement. Oh, isn't he clever? Oh, Richie Sunak. He's so clever, is Richie Sunak. He said, that's okay, that's good. The rain in Spain sends Britain down the drain. Probably. That'd be a good one. Yeah, Richie Sunak's memorandum, his Windsor framework. Oh my god, there's my compressor. And it hasn't helped. I shouldn't laugh, but it's I think what it is it's quite easy to laugh because it's like I told you so, and you kind of in one hand you think to yourself, damn, people are suffering because they are, and then on the other hand you think to yourself, oh, I told you so. It's a bit kind of like it's kind of weak-minded achievement, really, isn't it? A lot of people suffering. No. Unless the Brexiters. No, see. So far, so good. I made a couple of little things there so we can climb up on that side. So it's got to get out the hole, you see. So we're going to do some little bits and pieces on the front as well before I put the lid on. So what we're going to have here, we're going to have a door. Yeah, because obviously every house, you see, they need a door. How else are they going to get in? Eh? Yeah. With a handle. No, okay. There's a door so I can clean out the old pellets. That's the idea. And that's just going to be like a little door on the bottom here, so just so we can open it up. Just there. Right. And then on the top here, we're going to have a hole where you can get in and out. Yeah, they can have a little nesting inside there. And that's going to go on the end of the barn that is outside over there. No idea is, so I've got someone to live. They might not go in there this year, probably for next year, but at least it can start getting a little bit sort of weathered than that. I am going to coat it in oil as well, because I've got to protect it somehow. But I tend to either use linseed oil or old cooking oil for this sort of purpose, because birds like them. They don't mind it, you see. You can't start putting obviously preservatives on there. You poison the poor little blighters. You don't do that. No. They're just old cooking oil. So literally out the fryer. They'll fry. We keep it all and we just I don't know if that's actually the fryer. Oh yeah, the fryer. But anyway, it's cooking oil. So that needs to be. Your food then going to be like that, you see. That's the plan. A little grand oil here. Which quite fun actually. You can wind her up. Tell what I'm more than the kids. Right, screws that off. Right, first chop that off over here, end off, straight, square up. And we've got Microsoft whinging and whining. Because they were blocked from purchasing Candy Crush. Now, I don't remember a few years back when you heard about Skype and what have you. Microsoft bought out Skype, and Skype for years was the French infrastructure. Now, any company in France that utilises the French infrastructure, such as telecoms, have to contribute. That's the law. That's what they have to do. But unfortunately for France, they struggled to get the money from Skype because Skype had no registered offices in France. On top of that, they were avoiding this tax, this contribution. Effectively, it was a tax. Really sharp that. And as such, when Microsoft being Microsoft has offices, when Microsoft bought Skype out, they got hit with a big bill from the French government. And, well, I'll get this, it would be in the Finances Publique. And they didn't realise. I don't think they did anyway. Otherwise, wouldn't they wrote it in? But they didn't. They had a big bill, massive bill. That will be the door. That's my piece of the door. It's not split, is it? No, that'll be the door. I don't want it loose, I want it tight. So, yeah. I'm not worried about the door binds or anything like that. Like would on a house. Oh, he's got block down. Yeah, so they in that big bill there. So the EU does, and obviously France loves their paperwork, it seems. Well, not so much now actually. Macron's got rid of a lot of the paperwork in France. It's not as not so odious. Yeah, it's odious, sorry. As it used to be. Just put it like that one. So that's just going to be hinged on there, just draw it, yeah. And that will have a stop. So I'm going to have a hinge on the bottom here. I'll find a hinge to screw onto the bottom of that. Let's put that over. It's better face. It's going to be on there like that. It needs to be tight, but I don't want that to be drafted, you see. Yeah. And that'll be the door to get the pallets out. So it probably makes sense to have it open that way, maybe. I don't know. We'll see now. So I'm not going to fix that in yet. We're going to literally just carry on adding the board stuff. So we'll put another board there, and that will be the one that we hinge the door off. So that one's tight. Or tighter. Nothing square, because I kind of didn't really check the square properly. There you go, so there. Might that worry? No! Will the owl be particularly concerned? I doubt it. So, what was that thing I was interested in? So, what's happened here is with Reuters, I have. They're saying UK financial sector will be largely cut off from the EU for years. EU lawmakers have told. So, the long-delayed Forum for European Union and British financial regulators won't reopen the door for London's financial centre to the bloc. Oh. Not very helpful, no. And EU lawmakers were told on Tuesday. The Windsor Agreement, Windsor Framework, which Sunak was so proud of, the Windsor Framework, on the EU-UK arrangements for Northern Ireland, will mean that the delayed UK-EU Memorandum of Understanding for Regulatory Reform will have to be implemented. Raising hopes it was, but no, it's not going to happen. Not yet. It's more like a long-term process going forward, so it's going to be a long time if we ever do get it. Remember with the lost bank passport in this thing? This might not, it seems like a bit of a boring topic, but at the end of the day, without it, the UK's gross domestic product is desperately hit. And then don't forget we've got euro clearing in 2025 is going to be removed from the UK. That's going to be a massive hit. It's like 2 trillion a day it goes through there. Huge amount of money. I might be wrong on that. Maybe someone correct me, but it's I know it's a big wad of cash, and obviously they get a percentage. It's a tiny percentage, but they obviously get a percentage on a massive amount of money. So that's going to be done in obviously one of the EU banks. That's well forward. So we go. So Britain is struggling with identifying post-Brexit growth opportunities. And that's a statement, isn't it? An understatement, I would say. Britain is struggling with identifying post-Brexit growth opportunities. So it summed it all up, isn't it? They're not just struggling, they're just not there. They ain't there. There ain't no growth opportunities. Obviously in some sectors there will be, not in banking, they're not at the moment. What have we done? We put up barriers to trade. How do you get growth when you put barriers to trade? Doesn't work, does it? There's barriers to trade unless you're in the foreign national and you want to invest in the United Kingdom. Let's say, for instance, with this house prices, all of a sudden they've been held artificially high for a period of time, and if people disposable income is pushed any further, we're going to see house prices drop, but they will start dropping because we're already seeing the growth is stagnant in house prices now. That was only 15%, but it's gone stagnant. So what we're going to see is we're going to find people that can't get mortgages. There's a load of it's going to take a little bit of time, but there's a load of people with fixed term mortgages that are going to have to renew. They're going to be at a higher rate, so that's going to be a bit of shock to your finances. And obviously when people look at the market and they think, oh my God, house prices are likely to go down, they say to themselves, well, why would I buy? They end up with negative equity, so they're not going to buy, are they? So that is going to cause a big problem. And the other thing where I see it is that there'll still be money. There always is money out there. It's usually people, the ones who want us to be their serfs, we probably are, got wads of cash, and what they do is they just buy loads of properties up. Left, right and centre. Just buy loads and loads of property. And that's and then rent it out later. So we're not going to be any better off. You'll get a few people who manage to get on the property later on, but what they find is they'll need bigger deposits. It's the same thing happens every single time as a recession. Now I know they say we're not in a recession, but I feel that we are. It might not technically be a recession, but it's all about how much money you've got to spend and how much you can get for your money. It's just you can't get a lot at the moment, can you? Not a 10% inflation, although that is likely to come down. They say about I think it was Andy Haldane was saying that in about a month's time you should start seeing it rapidly come down. But in the meantime, we will still see the interest rates going up. I reckon by autumn it's going to be at 5%. I don't know if anybody saw that interview with Andy Haldane and Sophie Rich. That was a Sky interview, and it's it was quite impressive actually. He was so articulate, and he talked really boringly slowly, but he got his point across. And hello, Gingers. Off to a company-wide meeting. You take care, Gingers. Thanks for coming down. Post-Brexit trade opportunities. Ha 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 ha. Yeah. But don't worry, the Bank of England has advised everybody to get used to being poor. What a thing to say. KGB, Mike, or MI6? Pressed it twice just to be sure. Very funny. Come on, like the button and please. It does help the channel. It's really struggling at the minute. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I'm doing something wrong. Again, I'm always doing something wrong. Just want to feel that channels kind of start picking up. When I first started this channel, I was, within about 3 to maybe 6 months, I was getting about 800 to 900 subscribers a month. I know subscribers aren't really that much a bigger thing these days, but they're a metric. And what I found is that was pretty good. It was growing quite nicely. And now, if I told you I looked at the stats this morning, it levelled at 78 in 28 days subscribers. I've done something seriously wrong. Blooming useless, that's what it is. Hello, I'll say hi all. Post-Brexit trade opportunities, yeah. KG Bug or MA6. Hello, son of a Viking. Oh yeah, thanks for your message earlier on the your comment on the video, the post I put on earlier. I don't know, it's getting a bit depressing to be honest. I've worked so hard at this channel, and you get to the point where I don't really care anymore. I have to do whatever, like make an owl box. I'm sure that'll help. Anyway, go on. Screw that in. I'll nail it first. I'll make sure that goes on. So, it's quite sad though, because there's lots of people, not everyone are, racist bigots, are they? But it's quite sad, because I think of the decent people up there are, they're struggling because of the actions and some nasty pieces of work, quite frankly. I have to admit though, I wouldn't have been doing this channel at all if it wasn't for Brexit. I just want my Brexit. What they say. I carried on with my woodwork. I might have been financially a little bit, better off. I definitely would be better off if Brexit wasn't a thing, because I've still had a customer base. But we are looking to try and build up again the woodworking side. Yeah. I won't be using pallet wood. I know that much. The things I used to make a lot of was like shutters and windows and doors and stuff and staircase. They were the kind of my thing really. And I was busy. Really, really busy. Unfortunately, like an idiot, I didn't really try hard enough to get a French customer base, and that kind of left me in a short curve. It just, I didn't have to work at my customers, that's the point. I didn't really have to do anything, they just came. You know, people used to find me online and what have you, and I did my work that way. So it wasn't like I was actively looking for English customers, because I wasn't. That's how, to be fair, actually, that's what happens to a lot of people if they work. More French people. More, yeah. Oh, probably would. There you are. So yeah, what was it? Oh, sorry, I was better. So Mr. Beck. So while Britain has begun to downplay the need for major divergence with the EU, I don't remember before Richie Sunak was the Prime Minister. Oh, ain't we lucky? Before he became the Prime Minister, I don't know if you remember what he said. When it looked like at the time he downplayed the memorandums of understanding, when it looked like we wouldn't even get, when it looked like they weren't going to oblige us in the UK. So he meant, oh, we do our own thing. Just like they said about other stuff as well, didn't they? What was that now? Horizon, the sciences and stuff. He downplayed that. Oh, we'll do our own thing. Are they doing their own thing? If they are, it's quite weak in comparison. The thing about science, you see, the science is you have to have collaborations and what have you. You have to be able to deal with it. You share data, you share information and data and science data, bottoms and stuff, so they can rapidly improve. What they don't improve, they learn by it. There's some clever buggers in the UK, there really are. You look at sciences, like Johnny in the Centre and places like that, which is in that's Norwich, isn't it? Banging noises right next to my microphone. There's a big hole in there. Well, so far so good. I can't believe we're out of this now. Right, so before I get carried away with this, I'll make sure there's some little, like a little ladder arrangement on the inside. See, I've got it on the back there, in case they walk up that way. I need it on that face as well, so I'll just find some bits of stuff. Grab hold of on there, make it easier for me. We don't make it hard, do we? It's a bird, you know. Beautiful creature though, wouldn't you say? Yeah, there. Oh yeah, that's what we got. Little owl. Little owl. Ding 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 ding. You are European! Yep. Stop hammering the mic. Sorry about that. Yeah, but they did say about actually Verticube. Didn't they actually say the EU said they wouldn't have to pay into Horizon straight away because because they're late to the table, aren't they? Well, they're not at the table now, I know, but if they did join now, they'd be late to the table. Right. What can I put in there? Any old thing will do. That'll do. That'll work. Bit of old rusty bit of wood like that. That'll do it. Just that length and pin it on there. So it's got something to stand on. Luxury. Absolute luxury. There'll be a perch, there's going to be like a log perch, and then there'll be like a little platform for them to sit on as well. Hard to get a nail down in there. If I go with Ash, it's not enough room, is there? Ooh, definitely not. So, what do? I know what I'll do. I'll put a screw from the front, put it there. Or there. No, there. That's something back there. No, there. Bum, 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 bum. Beautiful. Well, it's got a perch now. That will be the door. Put that to one side so we don't end up mutilating that to something else. I need another board across the top here. Here's what I found earlier. Screw the end off. You think about ventilation as well. Oh, they get ventilation through the hole, wouldn't they? See? Now we've got to drill a hole. You could just cut a square hole if you wanted to. But I think the round one's more fancy. No? I bet if I drill there's not enough oomph in it to do it. Oh, well, electric drill probably best instead of the battery. So I'll put the arbor in first. Pull that out. Pull that out. It's not very sharp, this flipping hole saw. It's 110mm for waste pipe. Probably as near to the top as we can get it. About there, I reckon. Bum, 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 bum. Cover my phone in dust. What have we got there? Just saw something. What did you see? Hello, Joe. Oh, cheers, Joe. Thanks for that. Coffees! I really appreciate it. Thank you. Right, so where was I? So man flung across the bridge. Oh, did you hear about this? This is. You might be able to see it, but you can see a boat. There's a boat there, right? This is a Navy ship. Right? It's in dock. It fell over. Yeah. It fell over and flung a man over the bridge. How does that happen? Is that the ship that's the one that's supposed to be in the channel? That's not there at the moment. Now, I was listening to the radio yesterday morning. I think it was with James O'Brien. That would be yesterday morning, yeah. And a caller called in who happened to be a fisherman. He fishes in the channel. And if anyone knows what it's like in the channel, you could be in the channel and you could be looking over from one side to the other and you can see pretty much both coastlines, you know. If it's still, and what have you, you can see for miles, providing it's still. You get a bit of a swell. But he was saying that he was making out that there are not the amount of boats coming from Calais to the UK, the migrants and what have you, refugees, as many as we're being told. The other day they said almost 1,000 people came over, and he was saying that there is not the boat capacity to be able to. Remember, boats are slow. To get these people off these boats that are potentially sinking to shore. There just isn't enough capacity. There isn't enough boats to do it. there used to be the Navy in there, but they're not there now, in the channel. But also there used to be the 2 ships, patrol boats, coastal patrols, and there's only one there now, and one's actually it's been in the boatyard for like several weeks now. So they've only got one boat picking these people off these boats. How on earth can they get 1,000 people? Remember these patrol boats aren't that big. You don't get 1,000 people in one hit, are you? Or you don't get 200, so it'll be like 5 trips. Ain't gonna happen. I don't understand what's happened there. Are we being spun a bit of a line? Is it as bad as what they're saying? I'm not saying it's bad because obviously it's happening. But are they trying to make it sound like a bigger issue than what it actually? Well, they're doing that anyway, but make it a bigger issue than what it actually is. So just to race bait and stuff, Oh, they're overwhelming. It's an invasion. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? It does make you wonder. And this guy was very sincere. I did believe him. Hello, Reagan. Hope you're well. There you go. He's just hitting the old like button before I go back to work. Don't go to work, Reagan. Don't do it. Don't do it. Hello, my friend. This is so the government in London can tell low information voters it's Europe's fault. Yeah, that's a very good way of putting it, actually. Low information voters. People also that voters who just read the headlines. Yeah, clickbait. Because it's constant race baiting at the moment, isn't it? It's just like one thing after another. It's just all these headlines like Richie Sunak. He's complicit in it. He really is complicit. He's allowing Generic and Sorella Bravo. I don't actually necessarily think Generic is actually as bad as he's sounding. I think he's just it makes him bad, to be fair. I think like Generic and Sue Ellen Braverman are both kind of working together as just a way to fuel the hate. So he comes in, has to say something, and she gets a way of either backing or defending it, and it keeps the airways full of all this all the time. And that basically undermining our culture in the UK. How dare they? Oh, what a load of rubbish! For God's sake, these people are horrible, absolutely horrible. And they're in charge. Now, you would never heard this before, would you? You would never ever had that calibre of our soul in government. No, they would never say this. Whether it be Tories or whatever, if they did say that kind of stuff, they would be shunned. They would be removed from government. But no, this government, it's like there's some kind of think tank out there. It's told me, if you want, if you want to win the vote, the best chance you got is to race bait. Hate. Now, I'm a hateful person. I hate hateful people, and in the sense of right-wing nut jobs. Yeah, I mean, like extreme people that just don't want to let people get on with their lives, don't want people to progress in life, or they're just extremely jealous individuals. I don't know how you can be jealous of somebody who's come over on a boat and getting like £8 a day. Apparently that's they don't deserve that. Apparently, well, £8 a week. I can't remember. That's not a lot of money, or whatever it is. I don't know if it's going to work. It's a bit blunt. Oh my head! If it doesn't, I'll get a jigsaw. Nope, that's blunt. That's really blunt. I think I might get a jigsaw. What have I done with a jigsaw? It's saying anywhere. What these people? It frustrates me. As you probably know, I've got black children, and they're absolutely they really are. And I do worry about their future. It concerns me. It does concern me. And I just find it all a little bit unbearable at times, to be honest. And it's quite hard to defend it. I don't really remember when I was on Max Rosber's show and he had his alter ego on there, I don't think it's called him there, Salisbury tea and all that. And when it was a bit ridiculous actually, because you can't argue with that level of stupidity. And you just can't, there's just no way around it. And I felt kind of a bit lost really with doing that stream with Max. And it's because you can't actually, You can't win because it's so illogical. You say, like, oh, this will happen, then you say, oh, good. You know? That'll be quicker. We'll take that screw off and go a bit pendulum. So what we don't want to happen is, you see, is the little owls come out of that hole and they go, oh God, where do I go? And they just fall. So what we're going to have is we're going to have a flat area so they can stand on it. Probably maybe there, you can just put some sort of platform. I'm also going to have a perch as well, which will be a piece of branch which I brought in over there somewhere. Oh there, a bit of branch at the back there. So not that big, I will cut it, I'll be sure. Yeah. A bit of branch on there so you can perch on it as well. I might put one on each side just in case it's a couple. His and hers perches. Why not? What perches? I'll just have to have a roof. But I'll just board the roof and I've got some felt and whatever you want. I can just, well, actually I've got some better stuff that I can use for that actually. Put on the top. Yeah, so where was I? A worker who was among 35 people was injured. Okay, the naval ship. Okay, this ship, it fell over, right? Dozens were injured. Oh my God. When Petrel tipped over in a dry dock. This was last month, this was. And this was in Life, in Edinburgh. Okay. What is it about you Scots and your shipbuilding? We've got HMS Prince of Wales. This has been butchered at the moment for the Queen Elizabeth. I wonder if you ever give her a kidney. But anyway, been butchered it is. Although they're saying it's quite a normal process, but they're still taking stuff out of the brand new aircraft carrier and they're putting it in the other brand new aircraft carrier because one of the aircraft carriers, brand spanking new, cost £3.2 billion and it's broken. Yeah, and you probably heard the story. You might have watched my videos before, but basically what happened is it was already racked up several thousand miles, but it was about to go to on a demonstration voyage, an expedition voyage in the US, and it broke. Yeah, misalignment of one of the starboard prop shafts, and what they found is there's also misalignment on the port side prop shaft, so there's misalignment all round. Yeah, on the prop shafts. And it damaged one of the rudders on this ship as well. So it ended up back at Portsmouth and then trundled back up to Rosyth, and it's there now. And now they've been taking stuff off as spare parts. There's some logic behind it. Apparently, according to a naval reporter, and what they were saying is it's a normal thing to do because everything's bespoke. And it takes a long time to have all these stuff machined, you see, because even between the two ships are not necessarily 100% machining wise identical, because everything's to the finest tolerances and it'll be done for that ship. Unfortunately, maybe that's what maybe they're trying to build it as a pair, and maybe that's where they went wrong, and it didn't work. Yeah, one's right and one in. So anyway, they're butchering it. £3.2 billion. And that was commissioned, I think, back in 2010 or 2011, both those ships together. And absolutely huge. Dead in the water they are, really. What an easy target. Massive Lincoln target. Should we really be investing in that sort of thing? Or should we be investing in like drone technology and stuff like that, where you don't necessarily put people's lives at risk? It doesn't make any sense. We've got development of AI as well. We're going to have like robots flying them and sailing them and and stuff. Maybe driving missiles, like little Terminators. Maybe. That's another flip. I tell you, I love the AI, and I'm using ChatGPT and stuff like that. It's really handy, especially for the ideas and stuff. But it is dangerous. It's going to wipe so many sectors out regarding jobs. So along comes UBI, Universal Basic Income instead. I won't be a bit surprised. So yeah, that will, I think it's going to cause massive problems. But also, I think it's going to inhibit natural progression in the sense of creativity. I think I mentioned this before. I probably haven't actually, but it's creativity. Like for instance, if you think of these AI, as in ChatGPT, and then you've got Bard and various others, they make their creations on the basis of data. So effectively, they're plagiarising everything really, and they've got all this data, and from that they can make it into whatever they want, make it in relationship to what you put into your little into ChatGPT, or into one or in the drawing, one of the drawing apps or something. Anyway, AI, sorry, and but they're only as good as data sets. The data sets are human generated. But people say, what's the point in doing this and point in doing that? What's the point in writing that one? What's the point of drawing that? Or to get the AI to do it for me. Eventually, you're going to have a stagnant situation where there's nothing new, and the AI will be working on stagnant data. That's what I think is going to end up happening, unless it becomes sentient. And then that's game over. You've seen Terminator, haven't you? Yeah. Wipe it out. If we're teaching AI to be, what do you know about protecting the human race, or what do you do? How do you protect the human race? We get rid of it. How do you protect the planet? We get rid of the human race. Oh dear. We're doomed. Our own demise. It is our own demise. Right, so that goes on there. So I'm quite happy. It needs a lid. Before we do a lid, I'm going to write on it. I'll sand the front off, and then we might put owl. Maybe little owl. So I've got a little owl on it or something. I'll see. Unless somebody wants a name on it, but you have to do a GoFundMe. Little one will do. Mask on, shouldn't I? Got the filter going. There's two filters there. There's the one above my head there, and there's another one there. One there. I've got that one there, which I've also put. That's got a filter inside, but I put a cookware filter around it to be like a pre-filter. Lovely palette wood dust. I should put my mask on. Oh, I know. Yes, who? A bit late for that. Protect your lungs! Yeah, a bit late for that. Could have sails installed, it could do. The only problem with installed sails on a boat like that, you're going to need a keel. A long keel. Where are you going to put the keel? Oh, you do bilge keels, the 2 keels, maybe. So they got this, the Prince of Wales, and they can't actually... Let's get rid of some. They can't afford parts. It's obviously a money situation, otherwise they'd have armaments to put in it. They couldn't even fill Queen Elizabeth up with bullets. Blow the dust away. Clear the air. Take over there. All the filters. Right there. That is there actually. Yeah, Joe, I think beans is the next propulsion system. We'll stick a butts in the ground. Last night arose the sheets in all their glory after a cabbage and beans soup. Lovely. Very vegetarian of me, except for the piece of bacon I slapped on it. Very good, Joe. I could always buy one aircraft carrier from Russia, probably. Probably. No, you are right. I should have put a mask on. I just forgot, guys. I've got masks, one down there, I've got one over there. I mean, like proper masks. Tell you what I could do. There's a company called Trend that makes like woodworking stuff. Oh, my lungs have gone to the throat now. And this particular company makes a mask that has a filtration system in it. It's got a fan that blows the air across your face constantly, and you've got a battery pack and stuff. They're really good. That'd be ideal for this job. Unfortunately, like everything like that, it's flipping expensive. Well, when you do, it's most of it, so there you go. Right. Here we are. So this ship tipped over, 35 people injured. It's a rather scary incident. I bet it was. You know, this thing's huge. How big is that? I think it was what a great trawler. And it tipped over. Blah, blah, blah. The Romanian national is among several of those hurt in the incident, currently being represented by the law firm Dignity Brown. Oh, so you're going to sue? Of course they're going to sue. Why wouldn't they? They should. 48-year-old suffered a dislocated elbow and fractured pelvis and still being treated for the injuries. Health and Safety Executive, the HSE, when anything that happens, you obviously got to do an accident report. They get investigated on this. They are investigating, so they are actually investigating after the petrol became dislodged from its holding in the Imperial Dock in Edinburgh in March and tipped over, leaving 35 people injured. Speaking about the incident, Mr. Pogue said, I heard a loud noise, felt movement, and I just had a reflex reaction to try and hold onto something. But I didn't get to grab onto anything. What can I grab onto? And then he went. Yeah. I flew from one side of the bridge to the other and landed on my right side and hit my ribs on a metal beam. Oh, God! Ouch! I must have passed out because I remember just sort of coming to, and that's when I realised my elbow was dislodged. Well, dislocated, I imagine. A colleague then tried to move me, but it was really, really painful. And that's when I realised that I couldn't move my legs. Oh no, I realised although I could move my legs, sorry. And something was wrong with my hip. Oh, that doesn't make sense. Okay. I still don't even know what actually happened that day or the cause why the ship fell over. Now, for some I've worked in the boating game, yeah, and boat yards and but that's boat building. Well, he was before he died, didn't he? Boat building. And on smaller boats at 30, 40, 50, 60 footers, you'd have these basically wooden frames with bits of carpet stapled over the top or nailed over the top of them, and in fact they're cleats that come outside the boats. Push them in and you whack them with a hammer and stabilise the boat. But obviously these things they probably had big hydraulic pads come on either side, something went wrong. It would be locked off with pins and stuff. Scary time. Oh, that's going to cost them. And reputation. Who's got to work from now? I'm on a video. More wages. Get me more money. Got me to work for you. Oh God. And also talking about tech stuff. Elon Musk, and he's bought Twitter for about 44 billion pounds. He reckons that he was forced to buy it because he did want to back out because he was complaining that they didn't have the genuine Twitter people. Tweeters. They weren't all genuine. That's what he was saying. So he wants to back out. Anyway, so he sells some shares, Tesla, and stuff like that. Now, a few weeks ago, I think that's before Christmas, it was earlier this year, Elon Musk had a meeting in the EU with the person involved with culture and all that, and online and stuff. And apparently everything was okay because Elon Musk was being considering all that and saying, yeah, we'll do this, we'll do that. And in fact, they were even going to intercept a few times. But it looks like he's going to find it very, very difficult. Because, you know, they did threaten that they would actually just block the block Twitter in Europe, in the EU, block it. Well, obviously there'll be a massive amount of money. 447 million people, right? Potentials, or 7 million kids. So yeah, you're losing a massive advertising base. The demographics are going to be worse for them. So Twitter is among the tech firms that will face the toughest level of scrutiny under the new European Union regulatory regime for monitoring digital platforms, after warnings from Brussels that the Elon Musk-owned platform is unprepared for the new rules. Now, we've got the online safety bill coming into place as well. There's, I've got the name of them now. You've got WhatsApp, and then you've got, not Parlay, not Parlay, what's the other one called? Oh my god, yeah, Signal. And they're both threatening to not supply the UK. It's the same happening that way. It's not just what's going on in the EU. The online safety bill pretty much means that they're going to have to provide access for government officials to be able to gain access to people's accounts. And WhatsApp and Signal have said, no, we're not doing that. We will leave the UK before we do that. Well, I don't suppose it's going to help the UK much, because it's used in business a hell of a lot, WhatsApp especially. Because it's encrypted, isn't it? You say it's way of secure messaging. Or you can say you lost your phone, like Alexander Boris Pfeffer-Johnson did, and Matt Handelcock and all that. You know, all them lot. So the company, which Musk bought back in October 2022, as you know, has been designated a very large online platform under the Blocks Digital Services Act, which means complying with measures such as publishing an independent audit of its compliance with the legislation. So publishing, so that would have to be public. That's what publishing means. And it will be joined by 16 other. It will be joined by 16 other major names, including YouTube, obviously, Facebook, obviously, Instagram, Wikipedia, Snapchat, TikTok, etc., etc., etc. They're all going to have to oblige. They've got to be basically open. The Twitter has been repeatedly warned that it is not ready for the new rules, with breaches risking a fine of 6%. That is huge! Although it was losing money. That was losing money. But it's on turnover. It's not net profit, is it? Yeah. 6%. That's a massive fine. So yeah, so 6% of global turnover, and in the most extreme cases, a suspension of the service. Under Musk's ownership, Twitter has reduced its workforce from 7,500 people to about 1,500. Well, not be funny, but he pretty much allowed everything to go through at the moment. Donald Trump's even got his account back, even though Donald Trump isn't using it. And then we've got other cretins like, what's his name? The one that's just been released from prison. Oh, crikey. Mr. Masculine. Andrew Tate, him. Even that guy, that video I uploaded this morning from British First, he's even got his account is verified now. These people are a joke, they really are. So Musk, telling Musk that the company will have to raise its efforts to pass the grade, and Breton added that Musk had a huge work ahead to comply with the DSA. However, a readout of the November meeting with Musk added that the Tesla CEO had committed to comply with the DSA, with that meeting that they had. When was that again? Was it March? Did he say? No, it just said, no, it wasn't March. It just said with. I think that was early this year or late last year. But in January, Breton was actually, he was quite insistent on this. In January, Breton again urged Musk to progress towards full compliance with the DSA, which Musk replying with the DSA's goals of transparency, accountability and accurate information were aligned with Twitter's. So under the rules, the large platforms that they must carry out annual risk assessments outlining the risks of harmful content such as disinformation, misogyny. Andrew Tate? What about the hair? Donald Trump? Oh, what happened there? I just accidentally touched something I should have touched. No, go away. Not you. Got ads coming up. I don't like ads. I don't know about you. I'll tell you what I've noticed. Don't want that. Don't like it. Go away. Don't want it. So I can go now. Why am I getting so many ads? That's it, it's gone. Me and the missus was discussing something in the kitchen. I can't remember what it was. Then within no time at all, I mean, just talking, right? We've got a Google Home. We had our devices with us. We're just talking. And what came in our feed? I can't remember what it was for actually now, but that item, that product was coming in our feed. We hadn't searched for it or anything. It was just coming in our feed. And yet, this was, what was on Facebook? Or was it? What was on there? But anyway, it was coming in our feed anyway. So obviously, they've got to be listening. How else have they got information? Is it a coincidence? A coincidence? Maybe it is. Scroll up. So, right. We're going to put owl on there. I just stabbed myself with that nail. You can see that poking over there. Got a stray nail. It went in my hand. Something come out. Put another one in. What are we over there for? We hit something. I'm bleeding. Yeah. The things I do for birds. Right, let's make sure. Put some of them screws in as well. Times the wood expands and contracts. There's a compressor. Oh, I'm bleeding! Won't be the first time. Considering, well not considering, it's already started programming the woodworking again, not for this sort of thing obviously, but do repairs and stuff, repairing furniture or, I used to do it a lot. I have to admit I'm putting blood all over this bird. If I've got to get enough blood, I'll get to have a red box, make it red. Screws are going in. They'll pull two pieces together to start. Only if you pile this hole, we create a clearance hole, so I was using the drill for a minute ago. And those are screws, you want them biting hair, I was a push apart, but if you pilot hole them or put a clearance hole in first, that'll pull too. Blood all over. I'm just going to get a plaster. It's like medical plasters. You can also use it to, wrap around your as electrical tape. That's what I use. I don't use plasters, they're a waste of time in this game. God, I went in a way. It's sort of got an angle. Okay. So I had I had my blood taken yesterday actually. This morning I had to do a wee sample. And next week, remember this is all within a week of me seeing the doctor. I saw the doctor last week because I had back problems, and we think it might be my kidneys, probably kidney stones most likely. So anyway, and next Wednesday, or next week, I'm having a scan. I went to see the doctor last week. I went to see the doctor. Monday. I saw Dr. Monday. Talbot, France, isn't it? No, I went and checked the chat over a bit. I've been jabbering. As far as I know, the audio's off. Freedom to provide financial services is gone. Yep. After 31st of 12th year, memorandum of understanding. They're trying to extend it, but they're not getting anywhere with it. That's a big bird box, says Bernard. Yeah, that's good for owls. Little owls. Yeah. Bernard, I don't know sure, but it's that owl up there, one of them. Yeah. One of them. It's called a little owl. And we've got them in the barn. So I thought, hang on, if they're nesting, they're going to have more little owls. There's a possibility that they might, next year, have more than one little owl. At the moment, they're nesting in the eaves of the roof of the barn. So it'll give us a bit more comfortable between a bit of a little sofa and TV in the corner, some curtains, and a little hobbit door. No? Okay. Yeah, that's big creatures. I'm going to actually write something on that. I'm going to put owl on it, so we know it's owl. We'll probably get no footprints instead, but at least, makes me feel better. I'll put owl on it. Oh, no, it's, doing that rewilding though, it's not just planting the trees is the thing, is it? It's not that, it's the fact you're more, how to put it, because we're more engaged with it, if that makes any sense, what's going on. So, making sure we feed the birds we need to feed them and all that sort of stuff, we're more kind of engaged. And over the period of time, we've seemed to have attracted quite a few. So it's a little owl, so it needs little owl written on it. Well, that's what we've got there. It might not be a little owl, but we'll try a little owl anyway. So it's going to be a little owl. We'll fit all in like that. You've got to be careful because it's only our pine, so it's put that on here. Got a screw in there, so it's a bit of a problem. So it's a good idea. What any of that. So anyway, let's see what we can do. Move a bit closer. Carter says little. Just winged it. I've got a bit of black there in a minute. I've got to do owl next, but why not hit that screw? Should take it out, time. Bit like my workshop at the moment. Problem is, I'm doing so many different jobs at the minute. It's quite hard to keep everything sort of like, together. So far. Got a wooden mask here. Now, that paint in it. Sand it off a minute. Let it dry. Oh, hello. That'll just right, bring it back over here. A bit more sense. Right, and check the battery. Let's check the battery. The battery's fine for a bit longer. Right. There we go. Oh, la la la. It's a bit odd being in a workshop doing this way. So EU is taking away the city's toys slowly, bit by bit by bit. Yes, they are. And it's unfortunate because the city itself didn't vote for this lot. Most of the people who work in the city did not vote for Brexit because they know full well what it means to the city. It's madness. Absolute madness. So for the so we've got Elon Musk is going to be hit with a, well, it's not a shock. He knows, doesn't he? He knows. He's not a fool. Well, he behaves a bit like a fool. Do you know what? Since he's gone a bit political and all this freedom of speech and all that sort of like, people just lost respect for him. You know, for any respect they had for him, for Tesla and all the innovations and his quirkiness and stuff like that people kind of enjoy. But as soon as somebody starts going political like that, you alienate people. And people who used to follow you, they just well, got nothing to do with that. And it's kind of like we talk about advertisers and where he's getting his money from. A lot of those advertisers have pulled out of not literally Elon Musk, no, because that's not how they do business. But no, they pulled out of Twitter in the sense that they don't want to be associated with it, and that's happened. You know, that happens with a lot of businesses. That happened with Brexit as well. A lot of industries. So if you hang on, no, that's not me. Death by 1,000 cuts. Yep, most definitely. So the city's toys are being, the thing about Russia is as though we've got all those oligarchs in Russia, haven't we? Yeah. It's alright for the oligarchs, you see. And I talked about, asset holding companies before. I think I might have done, but asset holding companies were actually, you fair dues to David Cameron, even though we hate him, because he brought Brexit. Asset holding companies, he got rid of them. He said, no, that's not a legit way to run a country. He said, no, it's not a great idea, and he got rid of asset holding companies. And back in 2019, somebody else got in power. Do you remember? When a whole load of people, they got suckered, didn't they? They got suckered back in 2016 and put that cross in that wrong box that they did. And voted to leave the European Union. And then they said to themselves, oh my God, Brexit's going to be lost. Oh, it's going to be lost. And Alexander Boris Fifflejohn, he comes along with his fluffy hair and he says, make Brexit work. Yes, a 3-line slogan. We got suckered on that, didn't we? Yeah, I didn't, but people did. Yeah, so 3 lines of make Brexit work. Oven ready deal. It's as oven ready as taking the turkey out of the freezer the day before Christmas. That's what it is. Well, anyway, he brought back asset holding companies. And what asset holding company is, it benefits foreign investment. The problem is, it don't just benefit foreign investment. You say, oh, great, get other people's money into the country. Great idea. But the problem comes when those same people have earned a huge amount of money and their investment, whether it be in property or stuff like that. And if we've got this situation where we like to see property prices come down, they'll all buy property. Russian oligarchs and all them lot all buy huge amounts of flipping property, sit on it, make shitloads of money, and then they'll shift out of the country. Yeah, they'll sell it. Either they just extract the actual profits from renting out and what have you, or actually sell the thing in the entirety, and they can take that money out of the United Kingdom without paying a dime of tax. But, here comes the but. If you want to have an asset holding company, for which you can, it's literally just like having a limited company, but it's registered as an asset holding company instead, because, yeah, you can do it. Yeah. And earn huge amounts of money, if that's what, yeah. That's a but. And that but is, you've got to pay tax. Yeah. Not just a little bit of tax, big one tax. Lovely, isn't it? We get screwed left, right and centre. So all those Russian oligarchs can extract money, or any foreign investment can extract money out of the UK in the form of assets. Selling off assets. I suppose it isn't quite so bad if they're selling the assets again to another foreign investor, so you've got other people's money come back into the country. You could argue that, I suppose, to a degree, but still, taxes aren't being paid. Written on it. Yes, it's been free-handed. It's quite hard doing free-handed with a router because it tends to want to go where it wants to go. So, keep getting that flip mask. I don't think I can't talk with a mask. I don't hear my beautiful voice. It's sound muffled. Well, it needs a roof. You need a perch. You need a door. Got the door. Made the door. The door's there. Right, let's go right here. There I am. Just alright. And then I have to stop in the back here so I don't end up going away through and there. And then obviously a way of holding it into place. So really the ideal place to keep it is that way. So it fall into place. I made a little mountain from that actually about it. So it works. Now let's put the lid on. This lid. While that is slightly protruding, there's going to be a bit of felt on it anyway. Get that far over, I suppose. You could even, the roof over there, but then you could actually have like a little ledge you got on that. See. Right. We are going to explain. Alright. A lot of people know that. Well, I remember when we were doing this the other day, I was waiting for somebody to come up to buy a machine. I bought it. So, that's right now, it's like how on this for the fashion. I think I've got money. Another ball on top of that one. It's a bit guilty on. That would be. There's a bit more overhang, really. So you don't hang. Water's not going there, you see. So it needs enough overhang. You can go with it. Find a wider board on top on there, so a bit more overhang. Well, I was like to say, well, we could put peak on it. I don't know. Oh, I have got. That one's that one. And I'm using these bird boxes, but I'm sure we can have a little bit of that. So a bit of that over there like that. On the top there, like a little roof. I'll cut that down there. Slightly longer one, and I can replace that. A bit bigger bit. Just a little peak on the roof. We've got another saw over here, road alarm saw. Make it work. And a lot of them. Right, so look at the roof. What people always have. Don't be failed, getting those people out. Apparently it's chaotic. It's chaotic. You've got the Americans and France and everything, getting loads of EU citizens out. And yet we've failed our own people and also failing the Sudanese as well. It's just shocking. No excuse for it. We always piss off those who... No, no. You always piss off people who love us. How can we treat the burgers? Look, Joanna Lumley, who her father fought with burgers. And eventually they got, managed to get, be able to reside in the UK. Joanna Lumley, to be fair to, even though she's the one who went to Allshorts. Oh, I think a garden bridge would be a lovely idea. Wouldn't it be lovely? Wouldn't it be lovely? Wouldn't it be wonderful? If we had a garden bridge that we can't afford. Although I think we could find something. It's costing 44 million or something for the council. I really don't understand how my people are so happy to green as in not garden bridge, but green as in like, I don't know, sea calms and the ULEZ. I don't know what for out there, But honestly, I'm saying, I will lots of people. London hasn't ever met the EU's, the EU's own equality standards. So it's he knows it's unpopular, but he'll still do it. Although those who don't like it, they are going, oh, it's dishonest, it's nothing to do with equality and stuff like that. It doesn't matter. The end result will be cleaner air anyway. I'll make 5 meat boxes, I think, in total. What I'll do about 60 odd bird boxes, it's only got a lot of not going to put them here, compare the property as well, also in the, French school, there's football Shemard and stuff like that. Some of that path, like the width of the road that had been used to access fields and stuff. Anyway, we've got Shemard at the back here for the trees, so we're going to put a load in there, and also back boxes in there as well. People box with tags that are they're roosts. And also, my son who also lives in France, and Aaron, and he's also got a woods. So, yeah. He's going to make a loop for that as well. So don't want to do about 60 odd bird boxes, bird houses. About 20 bat roofs, maybe more. How well we do with that. So far, so good. So I need to find a hinge, and you have to fix this door on. Isn't it wonderful? Oh my god, I'm eating yapping, you can't even hear me, see me. I forgot. Sorry about that. I do apologise. Why not a collapse? What makes the UK immune to this recency bias is dominant in the thinking as regards to the UK. What makes the UK immune to this? Oh, sorry, that bit on it. So I got it. There's a reason why the Americans have bought a lot of property in Lisbon, not just innocent new residents or immigrants, they are creating connections, better reinforcing them. Once I was asleep, but now I'm woke. I was petrified. Da, 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 da. Oh, you're talking about ARM, as in they're going to semiconductors now, aren't they, ARMA? And they're looking at funding in the US, so they're saying they're likely to move to the US. The US. He was saying, the guy from ARM, he was, well, you probably saw it, but he was saying that the UK is too small. The sooner we realise that we are a minnow, the sooner we can accept that we should have been in the EU and stayed there. They say the stronger together, that's what they say. We are. We've all of a sudden made ourselves extremely weak and not particularly desirable. United Kingdom is as desirable as Anne Widdecombe's knickers. Ugh. Ugh. Ooh, get out of my head now. See what the hinges are gone. We'll find some hinges. I've got a box of hinges down there. Some random hinge will be ideal to use. You do need to put pins in the hinges. I've got hinges. Simple old hinges will do. It's heavy. I've got two big box right there. We've got brass hinges. Not using that, it's too expensive. No brass hinge. No brass hinge. Brass hinge, brass. No, that couldn't even special, do it? That's all. That's good. Some ordinary flat hinge, you do, the steel one. Whack the all on. Stand still on the one. These are plastic hinges. I'll do for that. Let's use that. Try and have them. These girls are on have them. That will be used on the top. Doesn't come off now, we open this one. Once a year, clean it out. That'll do. That'll do. Nice screws. We are deluded. I think on the whole, that's correct, isn't it? We have, we've been taught it, though, to be that way, I think. It's kind of in our makeup, unfortunately. It's only when you become enlightened in your way. We got to the situation. So I've got the screws, the tiny screws. They are on the falls. I mean, these are all falls on that. Those are the Allshorts on there as well. Three and a half halves. Isn't it wonderful? That'll do. Yeah, that'll do it. Not perfect, but it's cool. Isn't it beautiful? I can't see. It's the wall of yours. So many things like I do them over the course of the year, and then with the rewilding of our birds and stuff like that. So just that knowledge we can admit that they exist. I think when I was in the UK, all those not nature and stuff like that, but life was just so mad. Like the keys and money. Money have been wasted over the years buying stuff that I did not need. Before I screw up there, I want a knob. I know I am a knob, but I need a knob. And I do have some knobs that I could use, or I could just make a knob. A wooden knob. A little block of wood on there, that's what it needs. So you find a little block of wood. I'm really destroying, I ain't really left to so helping. I tell you what I find is I feel that us as human beings as a whole, we've got this. Oh my god! Toy god! Keep back! Keep back! Not much more I've got there. I found I've got a knobbly bit. Bit big already. Just need to be a bit of wood, so I've got to screw it in. Grab it. So I've got a little cube of wood. It's going to be a little knob. Yeah, I think I was going to say what I meant was I feel like we feel like there's some title. It's like the planet that we live on. It's called Earth, you know. It's just, and this planet that we live on, I do feel that we kind of have this feeling that this self is right. It's our club. Well, not really, but at the moment I suppose we're custodians, I suppose, of this planet. We're doing a really bad job. Unfortunately. I'm going to sleep. No, no. That's probably about right. Way down. Oh, that's no good. I chose that wood was split. Still can use it. What's that? Really dish. Got a fan down there. It should work. Any time. So where I've got a split there, so it's a bit worse. I know I could just cut a bit of wood. So I've clammed that with a bit of glue in it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to screw that onto there with a clamp on. Hopefully that will work. And then I've got a little screw. Just about to see a little bit of glue squeezing out of there. Right, so if I release it, it should, being as I've clamped it together while I put the screw in, and I did pilot hold the screw, I've got clearance, it should stay together. And it is. Remove that C-clamp. It hasn't gone apart. No, it's fine. That will be fine. So I'm going to glue it off. It's waterproof glue, that's fine. So I'm going to screw that on there. It's going to need a stop. I will make it a little bit loose on the end. That way, what happens is when you try to clear it out and do that, all the crack will get caught in the edge. Whereas if you do it that way, all the balls and all the spit things that get out there, changing this over, change it all there, or change this thing. They make a lot of sense. Oh, so that feels drones. I do watch a lot of films. Saying that, I don't necessarily have to watch them properly though. Quite a few from, if I'm on my own, this is put a movie on, it's a straight back, always ready. And it's a bit odd because I know what the movie's about in the first place. I tend to sit there, so that's a little hoop on that thing. I sort of visualise it in my head. I'm not necessarily watching it. Especially like Star Wars films, I watch them. Force Awakens. Kylo Ren. Again. What's your favourite Star Wars film? If you like Star Wars films. Immediately New Hope. The first one. Brings back memories of my childhood. There. So. I'll stick a little magnetic latch on that. Or a little wooden bolt, Don't even need to be that, to be honest. You can even quite easily. What you don't want a situation, you've got little birdies in there, and it opens up and they all get out and they all fall to their death. It's not a great idea. So you need something. So you want to stop. You need something to stop it going in too far. Which I'm doing in a minute. Yeah. You can have pins going that way, but wooden things, got dowels you pull out. Or we have a little toggle. I'll put a little toggle. What about my phone? Keep my phone down. Move the plot there. Oh, I can sit the channel though, it's not even sound. I'm just constantly chasing the time on. Cheers, man. We'll do a coffee. You eat it, so you help me out with the clothes. Yeah, it's a spanner. Right, so we've got that. Madman 33. Hopefully, Mrs. Allshorts is watching and she'll tell them. So. Oh, what's happened? What's happened? You can't hear me? Oh no, can you hear me now? Tell me. My microphone's on. Cough-head mode. Right, can you hear me? Oh, only when I was next to my phone, back here. What that? When I was next to that. So is it okay now? Might be a glitch. The lights are on. So when I'm there, no. That's bizarre. Don't know where that would be. Oh. What about now? Is it okay? it was the usual story. Communist movement as the establishment suppression and reaction. Reading about it, not as bad as in Chile, but almost. It's awful what's going on in Sudan as well. Anyone next to the phone? This phone? Oh, white noise. Until only white noise until you get close to the camera. Okay, we'll change the microphone over. After that one. So obviously it's not open. More calling Olsen, come in Olsen. Remember it's my first, it's directional. It's very directional. Hopefully it's okay now. Right. Off. Hello. Let's unplug that. It says it's removed. Plug it back in again. And it's added. Right. I've got the microphone, different microphone on now. I hope that's working okay. I hope so. I unplugged it, plugged it back in again. So I don't know what's going on there if it's still not working. The thing is, this phone's all the way over here, you see. It's not very wide angle, this phone. Quite annoying. Oh, you say it? Oh. So there's no sound. Is there no sound? Yay or nay? Yay or nay? Speak of the house. Right, so that's going to be my phone. No. Oh. Okay, I don't know what's going to happen then if I don't appear to have any audio. Is it pulled out of there? Oh, there, why don't plug that one, plug it in there instead. The rain in Spain falls mainly on the plain. No, that's going to be a conflict problem. I'm going to have to turn the phone off and on. So what I'm going to do is